What's up YouTube, it's your boy Barcode. I'm back with another video. This video will be a set for a series for hard mode siege battle. From what I understand from free to play, chapter 9 is the start of the frustration completing all of hard mode. So this is where I'm going to start, chapter 9. I'll post chapter 10, 11, and 12 in the near future. So if this video helped you, definitely comment down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Like the video and share it with your friends who are having troubles as well. So again, if you like the content, you know what to do. Hit that sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's get to it. Hard mode siege battle. This is very important to complete them early so that you keep collecting the occupational rewards. Let's get into chapter 9. Chapter 9 is the Dark Shield. It absorbs all attacks and only damage that you can apply is through continuous damage. Each stage is different with the different formations that you have to face, but as you notice, as a free-to-play player, the card levels for the enemies are increased every single stage and every single chapter. So as you can see, stage 1 is level 14s and 15s. Stage 2 is level 14s and 15s as well, with more level 15s there. Stage 3 has some 16s, mostly 15s. Stage 4 is also increased, more 16s, a couple 15s. And then the last stage is 16s and some 17s. Now obviously in continuous damage you're going to want to bring a Beretta, you're going to want to bring a Perna. But if you're free to play, your card levels are not going to be extremely high, right? So you're going to lose A, the auto attack battle, and B, the damage that they apply with their AoE. So I'm going to show you the team formation that I use on all 5 stages of this chapter. Colleen, Belladon, Molong, McKean, Perna, Diaz, Beretta, and Orion. Cards I'm using is Soul Cleanse, Spoil, and I'm bringing Synergy on this one. Synergy not mainly for the attack buff, but for the heal block. Diaz and the Synergy card is very important in this. I'll explain my reasoning. Let's go over the 5 stages first and show you what you're going to be facing. There's always a McKean. There's always some type of cleanser or immunity in each stage. And in stage 1, there's some healing. There is McKean, obviously. There's Soha for the heal, and there's Yen for the heal. Stage 2 again is McKean and Soha. Not too much healing in stage 2, but there's still a good reason why you want to bring a heal block. McKean cannot balance out the whole team if there's a heal block applied, obviously. Stage 3 is when Belladon comes in. You have a McKean and a Belladon here. The Belladon can heal them up pretty high, especially since they have higher card levels. You definitely want to bring a heal block. Again, stage 4, McKean, Belladon, and again, stage 5, McKean and Belladon as well. So not only do you have to bring continuous dots, you have to bring some sustain because the auto attack battle is just going to crush your front line. Not to mention the Thessarian and the Beretta doing AoE damage. Even the Camilla hurting her own team does way more damage and compared to her own team with higher health, higher defense, compared to your team with lower card levels with your health and defense. So like I said in my team formation, I'm bringing a Colleen, I'm bringing a Belladon, and I'm bringing a McKean. You don't want to bring too many buffs because their Kernodon will strip, and he actually does a lot of damage with his level card 17, especially in stage 5. I'm bringing a decent amount of buffs applying on my team with Belladon and McKean with the immunity. I do have the Purple Stone McKean, which would probably be a lot better versus this team, so I don't have the immunity buff. But I use the Green Stone just so the free-to-play players that may not have the Purple Stone, I want to be close as possible to everyone in general. The only Purple Stone I'm using here is Orion. Bringing Orion is a huge benefit to this team, actually. You don't want to play this team aggressively on this. You want to play it full counter. The only person you actually do play aggressively is Orion. The big difference in hard mode compared to easy mode siege is in hard mode, their very first card play is one of their specialty spells. It will grant Dark Shield right off the bat. I found it RNG when they apply it because sometimes it's like right when you have 3 or 4 mana. Sometimes they wait until you have 7 or 8 mana. But the main key, especially in this counter deck, is to always have a very high amount of mana so that you can counter in case they use a cleanse or whatever the case may be. In counter decks, you always want to have at least 7 to 8 mana, something like that, so that you can choose a card to counter with every single time. Like I said, the only real card you want to play aggressively is Orion, and that's if you have a lot of dots out there and you don't want McKean to go and you don't have a Molong in your card hand. You want to spam Orion so that their cards shuffle if you haven't seen them use McKean in quite a while. The key to this is really just having either a Molong in your hand or Orion in your hand. But us as free-to-play players, we need to bring sustain along with our continuous damage in order to get 3 stars. Diaz and Synergy is huge in this because of the McKean HP balance for whole team and also Belladon. I'll show you a quick example of this match using this team, and hopefully this helps you. Quick note before I start this. If you don't have a Perna, a Beretta, or a Molong, or an Orion in your starting hand, just go to the cogwheel over here, up there, and just hit retry. You want to have the right starting hand in order to succeed. This might take a couple times to beat it, but this will work. Let's go ahead and start this match and talk about exactly my thought process and what we do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wait until they use a card. They use Dark Shield. I need to sustain early because, as you can see, Colleen's already at 2/3 health, so I'm going to use Belladon. He uses Tessarium, which a level 16 does huge damage, so I actually stunned that since I don't have any dots out right now. I have Orion just in case. He uses Beretta. I use my Perna. I like using Perna over Beretta in the beginning because those dots just keep ticking. I'm going to go ahead and use Colleen just to get the heal. He uses Mercuni and just one-shots the Colleen, which is huge. So I'm going to go ahead and use Beretta now that I have an Orion in my hand. I'm going to use Belladon just to get the sustain and more heal up. I'm going to get the heal block up just in case they use McKean, which they do really quick. So it doesn't balance out their team's health. He does apply immunity, so you have to watch out and make sure you don't use any skills until the immunity comes up. So the dots are ticking. I'm going to use Perna again. Perna is actually a lot more beneficial than Beretta because the dots just keep ticking. They just keep ticking. So you can kind of counter on that. Okay. So he's going to use Beretta. I go ahead and cleanse those 3 dots. I don't have a Beretta purple, as you can see. They do. So that's huge. Beretta purple is huge. I use Beretta, get some dots up. I'm going to go ahead and use Beretta again. And then I think I use Orion here on aggressively, so he doesn't use McKean. But actually the dots are already ticking, so I didn't even really need to use it. He kind of used it last minute, but kind of lost it. And that's how you beat it. 3 stars. So that's just one way to beat it with that team. I tried that team a couple times before I recorded it. I lost a bunch, but I also won a bunch as well. Each time was different. I used Orion at different times. I used Molong on different times. You just have to get the right RNG and the right strategy. Counter when you need to, especially on McKean. Get the heal block up when Belladon goes. Sustain your team after big AoE hits. Cleanse those dots from Beretta because 3 ticks hurt. But hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you pass this chapter. And I'll be bringing out chapter 10 maybe tomorrow or the next day. If you like this content, you know what to do. Sub, like, dingy bell. See you in the next one. Peace.